Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of African Talking Sports. Today, unfortunately, only two Africans here. The third African is not feeling too well, so we give him the day off. How are you doing, Ty?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So Al didn't leave us for politics today. So FYI,
Uh,
that's usually his reason, but he's not feeling too good today. So he's resting.
yeah,
Got you
yeah,
guys
but
covered though.
yeah, we have it covered. We don't have too much to go over. We only have what 4, 5 games this week in the middle of the week. But we got a whole bunch of games coming out, fixtures coming out this weekend. So we will talk a little bit about the quality of football we've been seeing due to lots of draws in the Premier League. And maybe just because my team is bad, so I think the quality of football generally is a little bit subpar. Um, well, let me ask you. I have my own theory on why it's like this, but let me ask you first of all, what do you think about the quality, generally speaking, in terms of this season compared to previous season, and the lack of fans and the impact it's having on the game as a whole?
Okay, that's you kind of answer part of your question with with the last. You give an answer to the question with the last statement. There's a few things. Number one thing is fatigue.
Mm,
When you calculating the last season project restart, how late it ended, and then the players basically had 2 weeks.
yeah,
2 weeks, yeah, they just had a 2 week vacation, a 2 week break. That's not enough time to recover after you come back from a full season to recover the bodies, and they came right back into a quasi preseason, and they came right into playing. So with that, the body's already tired, and then you got fixtures upon fixtures upon fixtures. It's like we got about five games every half a week
yeah,
because you get games on the weekend, you get games on the weekdays on the
yeah.
weekdays, and then you count that in with when Champions League was playing too, and then the FA Cup just started recently, but then Capital One Cup, Champions League, all of those things tied in. Then you got a lack of fans. A lot of teams when fatigue, oh well, sports in general, when fatigue's kicking in, the fans give you that extra jolt, that extra boost, to keep on trucking and keep on moving. But the, I think that helped to level the playing field a little bit. That's why you
Yeah.
see that. That's why you see the league table is just like topsy turvy now. You got smaller teams in the mid table up there. You got bigger teams like down on the table or in mid table, and then the results can show. And teams are struggling. A few teams are consistent, but then teams will run consistent play for 3 4 games, and then that level will drop off, and then it will play like boring football. It won't be impressive enough. So that's my point of view on what's going on. The teams that's playing consistent and at least putting in performances are teams that basically they didn't have a lot of turnover, brought back the same roster, the same coach, kind of like a continuation of last year. The teams that have a few pieces added in, you can see how
Yeah.
the performances can fluctuate. Like Everton, like Chelsea, like
Arsenal.
City, like City with a defense. Y'all didn't bring a lot. Y'all have William. That's about it. Yeah,
I mean,
like
we had Saliba, never played
Saliba,
again.
Saliba played. Saliba didn't play. Yeah, I'm just saying the teams then that brought in people. City had that issue where at the beginning of the season they were in the flux because the defense hadn't gelled yet. Chelsea was not playing well, and then they started playing well for a period, and then it dropped again. It's being wildly inconsistent. Same thing with Everton. Everton started on a tear, and then the levels dropped down to like and settled into like normal. So, but the teams like Aston Villas, like the Southamptons, like Spurs, those are the teams. They brought back basically almost the same team.
So I think
Uh, uh, um,
Aston Villa, they're a little bit more sounding than
Aston
Spurs.
Villa got Aston Villa got Aston Villa had a striker. Well,
No,
yeah,
they
yeah,
had
they
like
do.
four or
They,
five
they, they got a striker. They got Traore. They got Watkins. They got Ross, but Ross
goalkeeper.
Ross Barkley being out. Yeah.
Mm,
So okay, I
yeah,
get
they
it.
had like
Okay.
4 or 5 good. They had a good quality. I think for
Okay,
some reason
props. They
yeah,
had they had inconsistencies to begin, and then they started going to tier, and then now they're playing good football. So it's like that. You can't actually put your hand. The people who've been playing like the most consistent football in the last 4 or 5 weeks is Man City. Even Liverpool levels dropped off a little bit. And Man City said been playing good football, but then they didn't struggle. They struggled to score, but they didn't struggle with performance against the last game they just played. But that's my point of view.
Yeah. All right. So let me touch on it. I was thinking, I had an idea, or I had a moment of, I was like, well, maybe is this how sports supposed to be, with no home and away, with no fans in the stands that push the big teams on, where if you know there is 15 minutes to go and you're Arsenal at home or Manchester United at home or Chelsea at home, you have your supporters really vocal, and it brings some kind of psychological fear in the opponent, and you can get that last goal. But whereas now you don't have any of those supporters there, so they can't push you on. So the whole home and away thing has totally evaporated. And I think some of the things you brought up too, yeah, the lack of break from last season to this season is a big factor. So some of the games are really flat. The Arsenal and Crystal
Crystal
Palace game
Palace.
in the middle of the week, that was really bad. I mean, it was two mid-table teams playing, but it really manifested in the quality of football that was going on.
I
It
mean,
was
performances will drop off based on that.
even with the City game, the City versus who did
Brighton.
they play? Yeah, Brighton game. I I mean, in yesteryears, you expect City to kind of walk away 3-4 goals in that game, man.
I mean, on another day they would have they missed chance. I mean, when I mean chance, I mean they missed clear chances. Though they could have scored 5 goals. I know I always say that, but the goalie did a wonderful job in that game, and they just some other goals just missed. Like when I get to talk about the game, I'll go through that. But
So once the fans come back at some point, maybe end of this season, or probably we're looking at next season now, you expect the quality to improve and the big boys to get back to where they were.
well, but the fans don't only help the big boys. The fans help the smaller guys too, because when you go play some of these smaller teams,
Mm.
and they some way somehow score one goal on you and lock that defense down, you be like fighting all with all your might to score in the end of the game, and the fans like right on top of you at the back of that goal. It gets quite difficult. That's why you see that that's why in the FA Cup you see what they say, the magic of the FA Cup, because you go play a small team, next thing you know they beat you. Because you're playing at their stadium on their home ground, they got the crowd going crazy because this is like a big deal for them in such a long time. So it helps them too. It goes vice versa, and there's no sports without fans. I mean, fans make the game. Home and away, your away fans, home fans, fans cheering, fans, bantering, fighting amongst each other. You have to have fans though. I mean, watching it at home. What are we? We're not watching poker. We're not watching golf. Yeah, you gotta have people there, like that. That helps with the atmosphere. That all contributes to the beauty of the game. That whole atmosphere. So you need fans.
Yeah, I for one can't wait, man. It's not the same. I'm happy we have something to watch, and the league is, it's better than nothing. Even when they had the 2,000 fans started coming back in the stadium, you can tell it added some a little more drama than
Yep.
than
And
right
then
now.
shut it back down.
Where when they shut it back down, it's absolutely dead in there, and I guess it is what it is. Something is better than nothing. But I just thought we'd do take. Now, I know we didn't plan to talk about this, but let me ask you a quick question. Aston Villa or Leeds United, who finished higher?
Mm. Oh, that's a tough question. Where on the table right now? Aston Villa over Leeds, right?
Yeah, Villa should be over Leeds. Leeds is I think 12 or 13.
Let's stay with that for the next part. Let me look at the table and like gauge their fixtures, because I'll just be making an educated guess. If I say something now, I'll just be making a guess, basically.
Yeah, Villa is in
what? Hello.
I'm here. Hold
Just
on.
table that for the next episode. We,
All
we, we,
right.
we, we can look at the table and decide on what we
Villa is
on
in,
what we.
yeah, we'll talk about it next, but I wanted to get your quick opinion.
Yeah, because
Anyway,
I gotta look at the fixtures and see how things would play out. because based on the games that remaining, that's how I would know that hey,
That's a lot of
whether would
games
do this or
remaining. It's
do that. Yeah,
like,
yeah, but still, it will give you an idea.
yeah,
We're almost halfway through.
we're almost halfway through. Villa is in 8, by the way, and Leeds is in 11th, but that's
Yeah,
just
that 8, 11, 10 is not the points. The points differential is not even that big. Like somebody can win a game this weekend and jump all the way up to like third or fourth, and then somebody can lose a game and drop down to like 11th. It's crazy.
yeah, it's not much. It's only 3 points actually. It's just 3 and 23 and 26.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So what we'll do is review what the games we saw this weekend. I will let you go first. Which game you want to?
Um, I got City and Brighton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was previously alluding to, um, that City and Brighton game, City could have won with more goals. I mean, the game was not that exciting, but City had more chances. They
As
had
they
a
should, they're home.
Yeah, I mean, you just talk about home in a way that don't matter nowadays, and you're still saying they're home. It does not matter.
I'm just saying they're home. They got all those players.
Yeah, yeah, but they had more chances. They, as usual, Kevin De Bruyne controlled the game. He had a good counter attack to begin the game. He played the ball to I think it was Foden. It was in Mahrez. It was Foden. He played the ball to Foden, and Foden got the ball tangled between his legs, and De Bruyne like picked it up. Was in a good position to shoot, but the angle was kind of the angle was too tight. He played it. The goalie knocked it out of bounds. They had another chance where he gave the ball to Mares, and Mares he was trying to play a ball like far post, and it didn't even like get close to the post. It went outside. But Kevin De Bruyne created for Foden. Foden is an impressive little player, man.
Yeah.
Every time I
Yeah.
see him play, he impresses me. He does not get enough playing time as he should be getting, I guess, because the team is like loaded, but he needs to get more time. He scored a beauty. Giving the ball, he gave the goalie the eyes and acted like he was curling the ball far post. Goalie like scooted over a little bit and he played the ball like near post, like a ground leveler. That was that put them up one. Second part of the second half in the game, they had two more chances again. Kevin De Bruyne missed another chance, and then and it was Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva like had a good shot off a rebound, and it rattled the bar, went out of bounds. They only score one goal, but on any other day, those chances could have gone in, and it would have been a different score line. So the score line kind of flattered Brighton a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, I thought they will. I predicted a 4-0.
yeah, I remember.
As you know, I predicted a full 0 loss for Brighton, but it didn't happen. It's good to see they had a respectable result. So we'll go to the Manchester United away to Burnley, the new table toppers. I don't know when the last time Man United were top of the league in England, but it's definitely been a while. They are the new Premier League table toppers. The game with Burnley,
It was
most of
kind of
the early
slow too.
chances, yeah, but most of the early chances actually fell to Burnley. I mean, they didn't really trouble the gear a lot, but they were active in the Man United uh, half of the field on the 22nd minute. Eric Bailly, who's putting a good shift, he put out his body on the line to block a shot from one of the Burnley strikers, and then around the 30th minute, Anthony Martial had a brilliant curve shot from the right side of the field, but Nick Pope stretched with all his, he put his whole body on the line and was able to get us. Right after the break, Paul Pogba,
Had a
what's the,
had a volley.
yeah, uh, what's my picking name, man? The main United number 10. Totally escaping me now.
Rashford.
Rashford chip a ball from the left side. Pogba volley it. And it had a slight deflection, but oh man, it was a brilliant technique from Pogba. It just goes to show the kind of player he can be, on his day. He's a world-class player. the kind of players he can be. The only problem is he's not world class enough on many days for Man United like
So
he
he's
is.
not world class. So
No,
he got world class potential, but
I
he's
mean,
not living up to it.
when he plays for France, he's almost always in that top tier of. But with United, he doesn't really translate. That doesn't translate for him.
I don't know.
You don't think he's?
I don't know. Even at France, you don't. My best days was at Juventus. Those were his hottest days. That's where he played his best football. He came to Man U earlier on. He was playing well. I guess the fans got to his head, and he just went off, started doing different things. I guess when Mourinho came, his play took a dip, and then he's never really recovered from there. But
maybe his start.
With France, he played with France. He got all those like that team. If he can play well in that team, I don't know where you're gonna play well. I don't know where you're gonna play well. And then he got Conte, Conte over there doing the dirty work for him. So he would look a little better, but he don't look world class.
I think there's some games I've seen, especially in the past, in the European Championship, 2016. 2016.
We're in 2021. You're talking about 2016?
2000. No, I'm going back. I'm trying to qualify his status. 2016, he and a few players carried that team to the final of the Euros. 2018, they lost in the final because of Umtiti, but they should have won that game. For all intents and purposes. They should have won that game. I think if he was a little more consistent, there will be not just him, he and a few players, he and Martial, if they were a little more consistent, I would tap United for the championship, but he doesn't have enough of those days playing for United. And Martial should have scored in that game. He has so many chances. He had like 7-8 chances on target, but he lacks composure in front of goal. If he can just be a little more composed, they would have won. But they have that number 10 who can create the chances for them. And Rashford too is always lively. He always, he will make some chances, but he's always getting a position to score. But I think three players need to step up for them to be title contenders, or for them to be with Liverpool, and that's Pogba, Martial, and maybe everybody need to be consistently in the team, but
not getting injured.
Yeah, and if he's in that team and fit for an extended period, they can really. They won't be at the same level still. They still need that world-class striker, but right now, I mean, it was a good game. They play well. They deserve to win. That was it. That was the United game. They got their 1-0. That was that game.
Okay, what's the next game on the docket? It was Sheffield and Newcastle, right?
Yes, Sheffield
and Newcastle. Sheffield finally got their first win of the season.
I never saw that game, but I said, "Oh my goodness!"
Well, Sheffield played well. They played very well. I don't know, man. That team was so good last season, and then this season they struggle. The way they're struggling is like so confusing. But they play well. They play Newcastle very well. They had most of the chances in the game. They kept attacking. McGoldrick, who can only score against Chelsea,
he scored against us too.
Oh, he scored against you? Yeah, that fool gonna score against Chelsea. He would play the whole season and won't have any goals. And he would score 1 or 2 against Chelsea. But he had a couple of chances. He had at least 2 chances that the goalie did a pretty good job on and kept out. And then the penalty that it had, I was like, come on. I just give up on EPL and penalties now. So it was a lofted ball, right? The striker, not even the striker, was a number 10. He and the defender was like jostling jostling at the top of the box, hand jostling, his hand under the defender, hand on his arm. They're like hand fighting and stuff, the ball bouncing. If you're not hand fighting, the defender fingers tap the ball. They went to VAR. They awarded that penalty. I would not have awarded that penalty.
Soft. Soft.
Yeah, they award a lot of soft penalties now. So that's how they scored. That's how Sheffield converted a penalty, and that was game basically. But it wasn't much to the game. But Sheffield had a much better performance. Ethan Ampadu had man of the match. He's getting playing time now. When he was at Leipzig, he wasn't getting no playing time. So maybe that loan would do him a little bit. I don't know if he's going to come back and be a squad player for Chelsea, or if we're going to use him as an investment chip to sell
Probably.
and get more money off, because they're talking about Declan Rice. We still got Loftus Cheek out there that's due to come back. We got Billy Gilmore sitting in the sixth position behind Conte, and then I mean the center back position is not settled yet. But then we got little kids in the rank. We got like Mark Gahey that's at Swansea right now. We got Mbuyamba that we got from Baka Academy. He's pretty good. I don't know why Baka let him go. So I don't know where Ethan Ampadu stands. And then we even trying to get rid of, no, I'm not trying to get rid of, but we can't even give Fikayo Tomori time. So where will Ampadu fit? But Sheffield was good, man. You could see the pressure and monkey off the back when they won that game. Dudes were like screaming in the stadium. I was like, I was happy for them actually, because I like that coach.
You're still scheduled to go down though.
That was that game. Well, we'll see.
You don't think so? I mean,
no, they're gonna get relegated, man.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. Well, the last game we have on today is Wolves versus Everton, and something specifically I want to talk about this game, and it doesn't really have to do much with the game, but I'll bring it towards the end. And with the game itself, in a 6 minute, Alex Owobi, who doesn't really score that much, ran across the box with a cross from Luka Danger.
Oh, Dane back? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he's back. Flip it in, kick the ball in, kind of open up his body, and he should have had a second goal, but he doesn't really know how to kick on goal. But before that goal, what led up to that goal was actually a brilliant pass from across the pitch from James Rodriguez, who's back with the thing too. He made a brilliant cross to the left back, who crossed it across the field, and then Awobi came in and passed it into the net. That was 6 minutes. 13th minute from another corner, almost identical kind of goal, but this was probably more beautiful. The left back for Wolves, I don't know what his name is, but he ran past his defender, crossed the ball, and Ruben Neves scored a brilliant goal with his foot to the back of the net. It was a back and forth game. 76 minutes, Michael Keane had a thunderous header. Man, it was a beautiful goal. He just went and
Michael Keane just scored a lot this year, huh? He and Zuma.
Oh yeah. Some defenders, that's the way it can be. They won't score for years, and then 1 year they would just get like 3, 4, 5 goals.
He scored a lot of goals, man.
Yeah,
for a defender, that's a lot. I think he got more than 4 now.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know that. But this goal, I think it was a worthy goal to win any game. But I kind of feel sorry for Wolves because they don't have the main striker, Raul Jimenez, since he was injured in the game against Arsenal. He's been out. This is what I wanted to talk about. They don't really have a striker. They went and bought this 18-year-old kid from Portugal.
Oh, the kid with a
curly hair. Yeah. His name is Fabio Silva. And while I was watching the game, I went and did some research on Fabio Silva because I was like, they paid 35 million for that picking. Do you know how many goals Fabio Silva scored in the last 2 seasons? He was at I think he was at Benfica or something like that. They paid 35 million for that picking. He played 21 games last year and he had 3 goals. 18 years old. The year before that, he was in the academy and got promoted. So I don't know where they got that 35 million for, but I think somebody got robbed or somebody got hands, got grease or something.
Nah, but you can't look at it like that because the other attacking player that basically took over when Jota left, Raul Neto.
Yeah.
They bought him for like good money too. And he wasn't where he came from. He struggled. His last team, he struggled there like mightily, like greatly. He struggled. They brought him from there. I mean, Neto is like 20 something. He's like in his like early 20s. So I think Wolves can buy based on potential. On what
35 million though. 35 million. I mean,
West Ham paid 35 million for Sebastian Haller, and they already sold the dude. He going to Ajax. They sold him in this transfer window.
I don't know where they be. getting this money from, man?
35 million right now. It's like back in the day, it was like 10 million back in the
Yeah,
day.
but you
That's
can't
like that's like
18 million for a picking that for a kid who last year played 21 games and scored 3 goals. I mean, you can tell in front of goal. I've watched him a lot this season, especially since uh, uh Jimenez been
Jimenez.
out. Yeah, he lacks composure. There's no way he doesn't have speed. He doesn't have technical ability. He can't dribble. So maybe he will develop into a special player later on. But when I was watching, I was just thinking, I was like, 20, 30 years ago, somebody would have said this guy must know somebody at that club.
Not but
And he got his hands rubbed for somebody. He must be getting some of that 35 million. So there's no reason to invest 35 million pounds in that Peking at all.
when they bought him though, a lot of people were like praising the move. Like in like a lot of the reporters were praising the move. So maybe they saw something that we not seeing. I don't know.
I never saw him play before this season. But
Okay.
I specifically went back and looked at his stats. There is nothing there. Go and look at his stats. He was in the I believe it's Benfica, but whatever team it was, he was in the B team. Even in the B team, his numbers were not prolific at all. Then he got promoted to the A team, played 21 games and scored 3 goals. Then they go buy him for 35 million, and then he comes and he's not offering anything in attack. So I kind of feel bad for them, where they create good chances, they got nobody to convert it. If Neto doesn't score, or Neves doesn't score,
Potence.
yeah, then they don't really have anybody to convert. Their all in
Yeah,
all struggle is
you're looking for creative player going all the way to France, and some big team need to go get Potence.
yeah, he's actually the first few weeks of the league, I saw him, but
Last year, that's when I saw him. Like, I saw him playing last year. I was like, who's this? Because he came like I think he came in January of last year.
he
I saw
already
him.
gone.
No. I mean, he came to the
Okay.
team, to Wolves in January last year, and I was like, who's this guy? I mean, you could see that he had like mad skills and you're getting used to the team. But he's good, man. Potence is he's a really good player. And another guy you were behind too, Bundea from Norwich.
Yeah, they
And
tried to buy him, but
they're
I
not
don't know if
trying to sell,
Norwich.
but he's good. He's really
Everybody's
good.
trying to sell if you got money. We ain't trying to
Yeah,
spend no money. That's the problem.
yeah. In COVID times, the price is
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, but that win put Everton into 5th place. United is first, Pool second, City third, Leicester. They didn't play this midweek, so they're still in 4th. That's the review, man. That's all right. Welcome back to the second part of the show. At this point, we're just gonna do the predictions for this weekend. We're running all the way until Monday. That reminds me, I need to go do my fantasy team for for the week. I haven't touched it in a little bit, but
Wait, so these games are starting as a fresh batch. The games they play this week don't count as your.
well, some of them are like week. It's a little bit weird. Some of them are still week 17. Some of them are week 16. Some of them.
That's why I just left. That's why I just left my team. I was like, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm all the way to the bottom of the table anyway, so I'm not gonna bother right now. Let's get to this period where we can get a clear sense of where the teams are, and then I can get back to my fantasy team. I'll do it by Monday. Because
Well,
the last past week, I have 4 players that didn't play at all.
yeah,
And
me too.
and it counted that week, like 4 or 5 players, and it counted. I think I got like 29 points or so for the whole week. I was like, okay.
I haven't checked.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I haven't checked. Well, the first game tomorrow morning, 7:30 US time, Wolves versus West Brom. What's your
Ooh,
prediction?
that's a good game. I gotta wake up early.
West Brom?
Oh, at least West Brom. I think you're talking about crap. West. I think you said West Ham.
No.
I think you said West Ham.
No, Wolves versus
Man,
West
please.
Brom.
West Brom. West Brom went and fired a coach, and then they're playing worse. Since they fired Billy, they actually playing worse with
They're
Big
playing
Sam.
well with Big Sam.
They're playing ugly football. They're not even like trying to attack. It's horrible, man. I hope they get relegated for that nonsense. They're always firing coaches. But let's get to the result. I'll give it to Wolves. Wolves will win 2-0.
Yeah, me too. I was going to skin school. Maybe they're picking up and bashing all night. We'll actually score double.
Fabio, if you score, I'll come back again and fry you. Now I'm gonna be rooting for him to score.
Fabio gonna score a double tomorrow, maybe. But no, seriously, it's been rubbish. Fulham. No, you know what? Fulham at home to Chelsea, London Derby.
Ah, man. We're gonna be Fulham, man. We're gonna be Fulham 2-1. We'll be
Fulham were
Fulham
really
2-1.
impressive in the Spurs game, though.
They were
Did
good.
you watch that game? They were
They were
really
good.
good.
They
They
were good.
changed, but they're not
But
playing. They don't have Loftus Cheek.
that's why I'm banking on two things. I'm banking. Let me tell you, I'm banking on. I'm banking on them now because every time Fulham play us, it doesn't matter what season it is. Like they always play us hard. They've been relegated, come back up pretty. They always play us hard. But I'm banking on them
Not having
playing
Loftus.
like midweek, a little bit of fatigue, and I'm banking on them not having Loftus Cheek to help that midfield, that attack to link it up. I hope Lookman can do his Lookman thing and be selfish and help us a little bit. But I Chelsea will win I think Chelsea will win the game 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 to Chelsea too. I don't know. You must say we don't usually agree on the scores, but today we.
I think
Well,
you had a
I'm
good
looking.
dinner.
I'm looking for a good. I'm looking for a good performance from
think
Fulham. I really enjoy them play, not just the scoreline against Spurs, but the quality of the game.
They play well.
Yeah, they really play well.
Finally, Scott Parker showing what he did in the championship. Because he was struggling in the beginning of the league.
Manchester City at home to Crystal Palace.
Okay. Yeah, Manchester City will win the game. I don't even know when Aguero coming back, but they will win the game. They'll win the game about.
Man, they need to sell him now.
They'll probably convert some of those chances that have been missing, so they'll win the game about 3-1.
Yeah.
Let me. Okay, yeah, score. I'll ask you something else.
I will go 2-1 to City. Oh, you know what? No, 2-0.
2-0 City. Yeah. What's up with Crystal Palace coach? How
Roy Hodgson?
Yeah. Like anybody watching that game, even a child would have told him not to take out Christian Benteke.
Yeah.
Christian Benteke was the only person not giving the defenders trouble. Like all the long balls were kicking in, you're getting in trouble and you brought Ayo in the game. Like as soon as Ayo came in the game,
fucker.
No more threat. As soon as he came in the game, I turned the game out. I went upstairs. I was like, the game gonna be done now. I said, Arsenal probably about to win anyways. I turned the game off. Like Ayo is not. He's not good. When Zaha was running for like counter attacks, the dude was like jogging back there. I'm like, how you gonna be striker and be heavy?
His positioning is bad. He can't dribble. He doesn't convert anymore. When he first came to England, I think he came with Swansea. He was actually decent, but he's not up to that level anymore. I don't know why they're still playing him.
Let's go to the next game, man.
The next game is actually we're going all the way to March the 18th. Arsenal at home to Newcastle.
Oh, well, Arsenal get their form back again. They had a little break in their form, but I got their form back. Arsenal beat Newcastle 2-0.
I'm going 1-0 on this one to Arsenal. And then Liverpool at home to Manchester United, the top of the table clash.
Neutral game. This is good for the neutrals.
It's very good for the neutrals.
I'll give it to Liverpool 2-1.
I'm going 1-1. 1-1. I think.
I mean, I would like 1-1 too, but let them give us a chance. Let them give someone else a chance to catch up.
Well, we're gonna go because they're gonna be midweek games, so we may as well preview the match day midweek games. Okay. West Ham at home on Tuesday. West Ham at home to West Brom.
West Brom again?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're going to because.
No, I'm saying that
we're doing a second set of games because by the time we get back here next week, these games would have been played.
We're going, West Brom in for a series of defeats because they're gonna take a defeat there too. They're gonna take another 2-0.
Okay. What about Leicester?
What's your score, dude? What's your score?
Oh shoot, yeah, it's gonna be like 3 or 4-1. I don't know. I know they're gonna lose. Leicester at home to Chelsea next Tuesday.
Oh, geez.
You're back. Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough game. Dang. That's a tough game. Ooh-wee.
Yeah. Let me give you my prediction. Why you think?
Get a prediction.
2-1 to Leicester.
That's not beating us, dude. You're smoking. We're beating Leicester 2
on the road.
Yes. Beat Leicester 2-0. 2-0.
You gonna beat Leicester 2-0 in a row?
You want to put something on it? Yeah, beat Leicester 2-0.
All right.
Trust me.
Okay.
When we beat Fulham, we're gonna get a little bit of. I think we're gonna find a little bit of form. Well, I hope we're gonna find a little bit of form. Let me put it that way. Let me not say I think. I hope, because Leicester gonna be tough though. I'm just going out on faith and saying 2-0, but I think they'll give us hell. They always play us. They always give us hell.
They always play a good game against Chelsea, and I know they got a little bit of rest this week. They got 2 games, that weekend game and then a Tuesday game. All right, I'm going Leicester 2-1.
Well, you didn't play a weekend game for Leicester?
I did, nah.
No, you didn't.
You sure?
You didn't. You probably skipped it.
Maybe I did. Yeah, Leicester Southampton.
Yeah, you skipped that.
Yeah, Leicester Southampton the weekend.
Oh, well, I'm not too worried. And they got a hard game on their hands too, so everybody will be tired. Everybody will be tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leicester Southampton. Give me a 2-2 in that game.
Ooh, that's a rough game to call though.
Yeah, that's why I said 2-2.
I'm going for a draw, but I'm going 1-1.
Okay.
You know what? I also left one game out. Leeds and Brighton. Leeds at home.
Leeds 3-1.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a 3-1 or 3-2.
That's Leeds game. Leeds game is either 3-1 for them or 3-1 against them. There's never like a 1-0 boring game.
All right. On next week, Wednesday is Man City versus Aston Villa. That's a good game.
Man City, Aston Villa. Ooh, give me Man City 2-1.
I'm going 3. No, Man City hasn't been scoring that many goals. So
I said 2-1.
Ooh. You know what? I'm going for Villa in this game. I'm going for a 1-1. I'm not. It's in a big city, but I think they will score and 1-1. All right, we got next Wednesday again. Fulham at home to United.
Oh, okay, Fulham. United's gonna beat Fulham. Give me a 1-1 draw.
Go 2-1 to United. The final game of the round is Liverpool at home to Burnley.
Liverpool at home to Burnley. Liverpool 1-0.
Yeah, I went with Tukma. Otherwise, that's 2-0.
1-0.
2-0 to Liverpool. Well, that's it, man. That's it. That's a lot of games to. I don't think we've had. That's a lot of games between now and next Thursday.
We're going 2 weeks worth of games. So
yeah,
by the time we get Thursday, we'll have games to review, and then
it'll be like 2 weeks.
Going to the next week.
Yeah. Almost 2 rounds of games between now and then. That's how much football we're playing. So the quality is probably not going to be there.
And that's why I keep telling you it's a lot of football. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like ball, but I like football, but it's like a lot of games for the players, man. It's a lot of games.
Yeah. That's when you just start 23.
Okay, it was a good short one today.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. I ain't got nothing smart to give. Feel better, Al. We hope to see you back next week, healthy and bouncing around here, giving us your rhetoric. And yeah, have a good one.
All right, we're out.